Guys, I'm Jessie and welcome back to another week of crocheting. I got some exciting updates for you guys. First of all, check out this door shelf thingy. I am putting all my yarn here. I spent like literally almost all day today organizing my yarn. There are some that I don't have that much color of, but most of it is pretty good. And then over here, I have reorganized. I cleaned out basically 2 squares, and I have shoved, like, because of that door hanger thingy, I have been able to clean out a bunch of storage. So I bought this the other day, so I can I bought this off Facebook Marketplace, so I can be more organized and stuff. So this is all my excess chenille yarn, which is the yarn I use the most often. And then this is like all my other like acrylic yarn and stuff. And I've just like reorganized it. Took way too long. And then, sorry, it's kind of messy. Look at this. I bought a Cameo 4 off my friend. Her name is Torn. This is a sticker she gave me. I stuck it on the Cameo to remember her. I mean, what? I am going to, oh wait, let me show you guys. We were at her house yesterday, and we were trying to figure out how the cup felt with the Cameo, because she usually uses it, oh my god, I cannot talk today. She usually uses it to cut stickers, but I wanted to cut felt with it, so I just wanted to double check before I bought it that it can cut felt. So here are my little shapes that I bought. I mean, we cut with the Silhouette. So it was kind of, we didn't realize that we had to like twist the blade all the way in, so we were like waiting like 15 minutes. It was rather slow, and like nothing happened. Like it didn't cut at all, but you know, it was going for 15 minutes, and then we were like, wait, what? And then we twisted it on, and then because it was so slow, we cranked up the speed of the machine, and then it was making some like really scary loud noises. And then we realized it was like cutting through the mat that the felt was stuck on. So we were like, oh shit. So we lowered the speed, and it ended up, so here are my shapes. So these are for my Labubus that I will work out. So I drew them in Photoshop. So these are like, I don't know, wait, I don't have my Labubu on me, but basically those are the whites of the eyes. And then, oh my god, these are, sorry, these are the teeth. Can you guys see? Hold on. These are the teeth. It's so small. I was dying cutting them by hand. So I got like this whole pile of stuff, so it's enough for me to make like 4 Labubus maybe. I don't know if I'm even gonna make that much, but I have the shapes for them. I tried cutting like the tiny like speck of their eyes, but it was way too small, and when we pulled it off the felt sheet, it was literally like an unrecognizable blob of felt. It was like this small. So I've been thinking about getting like maybe a leather like belt hole puncher, because I think those are the only ones I've seen that punches holes that small. So like I won't use Silhouette for like tiny holes, but it seems to be pretty good for the bigger items. I don't know. I'm gonna have to play around with like, oh my god, I don't know what happened. I'm gonna have to play around with the layout, because this is what the shapes look like, and as you can see, there's like a bunch of space in between them. So I'm gonna see if I can try to maybe space them better so it wastes less felt, or I'm gonna, like, the in-between parts, I'm just gonna like manually cut out shapes myself, but then that kind of defeats the purpose of this machine. So I don't know, I'm gonna see. I know it definitely works better for bigger shapes. The teeth, all the tiny teeth, like, we kind of just laid it out like this for now. I will test to see if it works better. But for now, I'm gonna, oh my gosh, I kicked the stand. For now, I'm gonna try to set up this machine at home, and then I'm gonna try to print and cut my first stickers of them. I'm so excited. I've been thinking about getting this machine for literally like like 7 months or something, and I kept like stopping myself because I was like, no, I can cut it by hand. I don't need to spend $250–$40 on a new machine when I can just cut it by hand. But then my wrist started hurting from cutting stickers by hand, so I caved. So let's see how it goes. Guys, I laid out my sticker with the in the Silhouette Studios thing. I am trying to use their like outline. They have this like offset thingy to make the outline instead of making it myself in Photoshop. My friend says she usually just does it in Photoshop, so I'm gonna try this out because I draw in Procreate mostly now. So it would be nice if I don't have to bring it into Photoshop, but if it doesn't work out well, then I guess I'll do it in Photoshop. So here it is printed, and I was like, wait, it looks a lot smaller because all my stickers are 2.5 inches. But I'm like look at this guy. I guess like he's a square, right? So it looks a lot bigger. But I realized like most of my stickers are all like more square shaped. But this sticker is like kind of like you know, like quite flat, so it doesn't feel that big. So maybe I will upsize it a bit to make up for it. And then I am trying out this DIY laminate tech where I bought like, okay, I don't know why I didn't just buy a squeegee. Squeegee? Is that how you say it? Like the window squeegees, you know? I've seen people use that to laminate their stickers. But instead, I bought vinyl tape, and I'm using this random ruler paper cutter thing that came with my laminator that doesn't really work that well. So I'm gonna use that, and we're gonna see how this goes. I've also been looking into like, because a lot of people say that if you laminate it, the registration marks are really difficult to read. But I feel like I want to try it for myself at least once, because what if it works and then I don't have to like bother like trying to like cut out the laminate over the registration marks or whatever people do. So I'm gonna try at least once. So if this fails, then I will know for next time. All right, here you guys can actually, how do I do this? Hold on. Okay, my camera doesn't let me tilt. I mean, my camera tripod doesn't let me tilt down, so you guys are gonna look at it from face value as face front view, I guess, as I try to laminate the tech. I don't even know. Can you guys see this? Here. All right, let's see if it works. My desk is kind of too small for this. And then, according to the internet, I should be able to just take this and push it. I've tried to do this without like I've tried doing it with like a folder, and it was clearly not hard enough. So I left like a bunch of bubbles. Is it working? I don't even know. Is it working? Oh my god. I think it actually worked. Guys, here's a moment of truth. Hopefully it finds these registration marks. I'm gonna click. Oh wait, I need to adjust this. Hold on. I'm so scared. Is it doing stuff? Oh my god. I don't know what's happening. Did it do stuff? What the fuck? What does this mean? Oh! It's cutting. Can you see? Is it off? I can't even tell. It's quite loud. Okay guys, it is cut, it seems like. So I haven't peeled it off yet, but from what I can see, so I was watching this video and they were like, make sure you watch the registration marks and make sure it registers, and I was like, okay. So it seemed like it registered, so I'm gonna try to peel this off now. Hold on. Okay, I went and found my other tripod. I mean, it's like a thing that I clamp onto my desk. So let me see. Ooh. Whoa. Oh my god. What? My mind is blown right now. After years of cutting my own stickers, this is, holy shit, this is crazy bonkers. Here it is. Oh my god. Ignore how messy. This is like from me trying to cut the Labubu shapes. The felt just stayed on. Wait, how do I peel off the sticker? I know people like use a tool. Do I just use a knife? God, thank you, Reddit. It said to just bend the mat away from the thing instead of removing the thing from the mat. This is so much easier. Holy smokes. The mat is kind of really sticky down here. Oh, I ripped this one. Hold on. Guys, look at this. It's him. He's perfect. Some of them I do notice have like a bit of the sticky residue left from the mat. I don't know if that's normal or not. I will look into it. But look at them. There's 18 of them. Oh my god. The machine obviously cut it much faster than I did, or I ever could. So I can't believe how fast it took to make these 18 stickers. Holy smokes. We got 2 big W's tonight. Oh, please ignore this. We got 2 big W's tonight. First of all, my DIY like ruler, vinyl tape, laminate thingy worked. So that was super good. I like used to use like a foam roller from the dollar store, and like, you know, it's not like, it like kind of sticks, but I mean it doesn't stick, it just doesn't roll smoothly, and then it like doesn't cover the whole surface, so I would have like roll it back and forth the entire time. But this thing, I just like push it and it just works. Oh my god, crazy. So much faster, so much easier. And then second, I laminated, so I'm super glad I tried it where I laminated it over the registration marks, and it still worked, so I don't have to like deal with like trying to, I don't know, like put tape over it or like cut out the laminate or anything. Like it just works with the laminate on top. I don't know if it's because of the light that I had on top. My friend like suggested me to do it, so I just did it. So I don't know if that's why, but it worked. Overall, I'm super happy with this. Even though I've only used it once. Very exciting. I feel like I'm so powerful. I'm gonna get contact paper so I can like cut felt without blowing through the cutting mat, and I will cut a bunch of shapes with them, hopefully, and then we'll see. Yeah. Anyways, it's 2:30. I feel like I have adrenaline from like how well the cutting machine worked that I don't even know if I want to sleep, but I should. Okay, good night. Hey guys, new day. So I'm gonna play around with the silhouette a little bit more today, and today we're gonna try to cut some tiny mustaches with felt. So before, I used to cut these all myself, and this is actually a bit on the bigger side of what I want, and as you can see, it's quite tiny, so I sometimes struggle to like keep it consistent, and it takes me a long time, and blah blah. So one of the main reasons why I bought this cutting machine was so I can like cut felt with it, and I just went to the dollar store to pick up this roll. I was looking for contact paper, and I saw that Walmart had it for like $12, but I was like, ooh, maybe dollar store will have it for cheaper. So it did have it for cheaper. It is like shorter in length, but I did the math, and it actually still comes out to be cheaper by the end. So shout out to dollar store. I don't know if like it's gonna be like stickier or whatever, but the tech is, because the felt leaves a bunch of fiber on the cutting mat, we're gonna use this contact paper because one side is sticky, one side is not sticky. This is based off an article I read, by the way. I mean, on someone's blog, I think. Basically, I'm putting the non-sticky side of the contact paper on the sticky side of the mat, and then I'm using the sticky side of the contact paper to hold the felt. Does that make sense? I'm basically like making like a proxy sticky side of the mat, so I don't have to leave the fibers on the actual mat. This one has like some marble texture, I think. Like usually it's like used for countertops and stuff. It doesn't really matter, I don't think, because I'm just gonna stick it on the bottom, unless the cutting machine will have trouble reading. Ooh, will it? I don't know. I guess we'll see. So yeah, I'm gonna open this, and I still need to create the felt shape in Photoshop, and then we'll try to cut it. So this is the size of the mustache, and like I said, it's a bit bigger than I want it to be because I use them on my chickens and stuff, and I just find the small mustaches cuter, but you know, I struggle to cut that small myself, so I think I'm gonna make it around like maybe 1.8 inches, centimeters. Okay, so I've drawn out my shape in Photoshop, and then this is the Silhouette interface. And as you can see, it's kind of interesting. I was afraid that like, oh, like I will need to rearrange it so the like it needs to like spin the blade around, right? So I was like, oh, I need to like rearrange it to like make sure the part where it spins the blade isn't gonna touch anything. But actually, it does it for me, which is, I guess, it should be this way. But like, I'm glad it is this way, where like it'll use this area to like turn the blade around and then continue cutting, I guess. I'm debating how many mustaches I want. So this is like the felt sheet that I have. I like cut off the extra bits. So this is around the size, and it's gonna be like a bit smaller than this. Oh, is it gonna focus? It's gonna be a bit smaller. So a part of me is like, do I just like wing it and do a bunch of mustaches, or do I do like a test print first? But then like obviously this part of my felt sheet won't be able to be used anymore, so that leaves me this kind of awkward amount, I guess. I don't know. Okay, little update. I actually realized that for my cats, I also use the same black felt. So I figure I'm gonna try to cut out the mouth shapes. Kind of worried that it might be too small, too thin. But we're gonna try. If it works, great. If it doesn't, then I guess I mean, one giant felt sheet is like 69 cents, so not really a big deal. But we'll see. Okay, it's going. Okay, I think it's cutting the mustache, but every time it needs to turn, right? It needs to go all the way to this bottom corner to turn the blade. So I think this cut is gonna take like a bajillion hours to do. Okay, I had to stop it. I noticed it was making some weird noises, and I saw that the blade was like going off, and it was like going over here for some reason, and I don't know if it was cutting the mat, but it sounded off, so I stopped it because I don't want it to be cutting straight onto the mat. I don't know. And this is what I got from I don't know, it's been like 10 minutes. As you can see, some of the mustaches are not quite mustaches, and then a lot of the mouth shapes for the cat is not really eligible, so I might try again with making the mouth thicker and like hoping that'll help, even though like some parts is thick, but then the other part is like really thin. That one is okay. Most of the other ones are not okay. So I don't know, the mustaches I think are passable, but not too great either. What the heck, it did it again. Look at this. So this is the second patch. I just like used the same contact paper. Like, look, it's supposed to like start from the top left corner, but for some reason it starts like over here instead of over here, and then ends up cutting this into the mat. What's going on? Guys, I fixed it. I realized that like, sorry, I cleaned up already, but when it was like running the first few times, this thing was like, oops, ignore my hand. This thing was like over here. That's why I started cutting like from here to here. I don't know why, but I restarted the machine and it was fine. And then these are the shapes. Not all of them are perfect, but honestly, I feel like it was my fault because I kept reusing the same sheet of felt, so it was cutting into like the mistakes part, and then I was using the same contact paper too, so I think I was losing a bit of stickiness, and it was like getting like folded up and stuff. But overall, pretty good. I do need to clean it up a little bit, which I feel like it's still better than hand cutting everything manually. Guys, we are cutting more stickers. It's currently Tuesday night, or I guess evening, and I just wanted to play with the silhouette more, so I'm getting it to cut all my stickers. I accidentally printed, where is it? I accidentally printed an extra sheet of Remy, so now I'm gonna have like 18 Remy stickers. Wait, no, 36? 2, 4, 6, 8. I'm gonna have 36 Remy stickers, so I might try to give them away in like Etsy orders and stuff. If you guys buy one, I will ship it out. And yeah, look at them. If you guys, let me show you guys. Where is? Wait. Oh, so this is the stickers cut with the machine, and this is the ones cut by hand. So it's like, I say it's like, you know, passable, not too bad, but there's like some areas that I feel like the machine just cuts so much better. Like the corners here, I can't really do it that sharp, but this one it's like clean, you know what I'm saying? Sorry, the machine is so loud. Guys, little update. I accidentally realized that because I used the like auto outline thing in Cricut, and it like outlined like, because you know the art is only this and this, so it added an outline in between. So now I have a couple of these ones. I'll probably put in my B grade goodie bag, and then I printed more of the Luffy's. So now I have a pile of them, and then I just have a little pile of some Valorant characters, and then this is, I decided to make my Duolingo sticker smaller because I was looking at this, and because it's like a square, like it is 2.5 inches like all my other stickers, but because it's a square, it just feels so much bigger. So I made it a little smaller. Now it's kind of cute. I'm low-key thinking, I was like looking at my water bottle, which I like have all these stickers, and I'm kind of like, wait, I kind of feel like I dig smaller stickers, and when my stickers are next to it, it kind of feels like way too big, and now I kind of want to make smaller stickers, but I just printed a bunch of the bigger stickers. They're 2.5 inches, but now I low-key want 2-inch stickers, so that'll be a thing in the future. And then I have my Remy's. So see, like this is like the Remy is technically like 2.5 inches, but like because it's just so, it just looks so much smaller because yeah, I did 2.5 inches by the longest length. But yeah, look at my pile of Remy's because I accidentally printed 2 sheets of Remy's. So now I have 36 Remy's. Oh my gosh, there's so many of them. Ah, he's so cute though. So we have a slight dilemma in that I have my foam board and I was gonna use it to cut out some shapes. Unfortunately, as you can see, so this side looks like this, and on the other side there's nothing. And I realized that the auto blade that the Silhouette comes with only cuts 1 millimeter, and this foam board is 2 millimeters. So I'm kind of like, dang it, do I really have to drop another $30 on a deeper cut blade, I guess? And then I see people online talk about this CB09. I have never heard of this word before today, like 10 minutes ago, but now I'm looking into if this will work. People say it's like a better alternative to the auto blade, but then, and it says here that it works for the Silhouette Cameo 4, but I don't know why some people are like, I needed to get like a holder thingy, and this is $25, so it's not cheap, although the blades are really cheap because it comes with 15 blades apparently. But also my friend says she's never had to change her blade in the like 4 years she's used her machine, so I don't know how often I need to change the blade. So do I really need 15 blades? But I think just this holder is kind of expensive. Hey guys, it's 2 a.m. right now, and I'm making some Pikachus. This is, none of them are finished. They're all missing the tail, and these are missing the ears, but they kind of look like, either banana or a little bit sus. But with Pikachu, with the ears, it looks fine. I do put a little bit of glue on the bottom to keep the smile after, you know, so people don't mess around with it. I mean, it doesn't like, yeah. And then if in the past I've made like ditto faces with these guys, the Pokemon, but I feel like it was mainly because I didn't want to do like Gengar's face, and then I realized that wait, all the other Pokemons will probably look much better with like, I don't know, more recognizable faces. I don't know, so I'm just doing normal faces for them, and I'm giving up on the Gengar because he is unsalvageable. But the Pikachu sold really well for me, and this is a really simple pattern. I'm thinking whether I want to release it as a free pattern or not on Instagram. Let me know if anyone wants that. It's very, very simple. Pretty much. There's a bit of sewing, which I don't love. But otherwise, it's pretty chill. The main body is very, very fast to work up. I have been trying to cut felt for hours. By hours, I mean 2 hours. As you can see, some of it doesn't really come out that clean. I was having a lot of trouble with it misaligning or like not really cutting properly and stuff. As you can see, like it's not like a perfect circle. I don't know why. So I found this article where I don't know if it's the same thing, because some of my circles, it's like there's like a little indent, and then some of them it feels like it's just like a little bit like flat on one side. You see, I don't know if I'm being too picky, but I kind of want to fix it. And this thing, which I don't know if I don't know if this is the same issue, but like this could very easily be like, I don't know, the limits of the Cameo and the cutting machine. I mean the Cameo and the rotary blade, but I don't know. Should I try this? It involves taking apart the Cameo, which is kind of scary. I've had this for like 3 days now, and I don't know if I want to take it apart, but I would like perfect circles. It's the next day. I did end up taking apart my Silhouette, and then it was really stressful. I think I put it together all right. It didn't really do anything, and then I got super tired, so I like didn't vlog the rest of the day. But basically last night or yesterday afternoon, I was working on this. Little Charmanders, and Pikachus. And yeah, and then I went to pick up the craft blade from Michael. So as you can see, I have little mustaches, and it actually cuts pretty well when I do like one, but then when I do multiple, it like, so this is the area where the blade turns. I've tried setting it so the blade doesn't turn on the thing, but then it like messes it up quite a bit. It like does this. It does this over here. But now it's like the bottom isn't really lining up. I mean, I can like quickly clean it up, but I just don't know why it does that. But overall, it does like 95% of the job for me, so I'll just clean it up and it'll be good to go. Alright guys, we're at Harumatsuri. This is my table setup. I couldn't sleep last night because I was thinking about, this morning, because I was thinking about how to change my display to include my prints, but this is the best I got. And this is my friend. Her name's Tornatics, like our stuff. And then this is the vendor hall. So that's the front entrance. So if you walk in, we're right here. So yeah. I think the event just started, but there's like no one in here yet. So we're chilling. It's 5:22 right now. So the event ends in like 30 minutes. It started off really slow, picked up a bit, and then it's kind of slow again. This is my POV. Oh, my finger. Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to get this person in there. Anyway, there's someone back there too. Anyways, honestly, not too bad. I would come if I can get back into this event and share a table. I would come back. So yeah, not too bad. Alright guys, we're back from the market. Today's actually Tuesday morning, so it's been like a couple days. But here's the recap of the market. Honestly, it ended up being really good. I think we were a bit worried about being in the corner, but I feel like it ended up being okay. Not too sure if it would have been better in our original location, which was in the middle aisle, but I felt like the venue was small enough that people were walking around. Maybe, hopefully. I feel like this event did better than I expected, considering the last time I was at this event, it was like 6 years ago, and it was like super duper dead. So yeah, I think everyone had a really good time according to like what people were saying and stuff. In the beginning it was like very slow. It started at 10 a.m. and until like 12, I think I only made like one sale. So I was like, oh no, like is it gonna be a repeat of my last market where I literally only made like 5 sales in the like 5 hours I was there. But it ended up picking up a lot. My cat, wait, what's he doing? Where's she? Oh my gosh, he's destroying that chair. Anyways, it ended up being it picked up a lot more, and I think if you see my like sales graph, it really went up in the afternoon, and then towards the end, last hour or two, it was also very slow. So yeah, let's just go over my sales, because okay, well, first off, if you're thinking about vending here, I do recommend it. I felt like as a crochet artist, it was like a pretty good event, all things considered. I'll tell you my numbers so you can decide for yourself. There's not much negatives, I'd say. The organizers were super nice. They were handing out water and snacks throughout the day, so felt like they were really taking care of us. And the organizer went around at the end like talking to every single vendor and like telling us about like the next event and like how this event has been going and blah blah blah. So yeah, props to him. All right, I'm just gonna look at my spreadsheet here. So I'm just gonna go over my top 4 sellers because after my top 4 sellers, everything else is kind of just like a one item sale. By a big margin, number 1 bestseller is my cats. I was selling them for $35 at Fan Expo, and they did really well. But my last market, you know, did not super bad. And then because the first 2 hours were very slow, I was like getting a little stressed that I wasn't gonna sell anything. So I ended up lowering their price from $35 to $30, and I ended up selling $240 for my cats. And then second off, I sold 6 rats for $18 each, so a total of $101, but only because someone bought 3 of them and she was really considering it, so I offered her a small discount of $2. I have no idea if my math works out, but that's what the spreadsheet's telling me, so yeah. And then next, also, I thought I had way more. I was like, ooh, I remember crocheting like a ton of rats. So after they bought their order, like they were like rearranging it, and I was like, oh, no worries, I'm just gonna put out more. And I went to my suitcase, and I didn't have any more. And I was like, wait, what? How's that possible? I felt like I had a lot more. And then I was organizing my house yesterday, and I found them in a bag in my closet. So I just forgot to bring them. I feel like this has happened like at Fan Expo and this time. Oh my gosh, I need to stop doing that. It's because I'll crochet, and then like once I don't like leaving it around, and you know, like I'm prepping for these like in like a month in advance. So when I crochet stuff, I'll like put it away, and then I guess I just forget where I put them, which is a really bad habit. So yeah. Anyways, third place. I sold 4 small chicken keychains for $12 each for a total of $48. I'll talk about this later, but I've noticed that some stuff that usually sell pretty well didn't sell pretty well, and I kind of have a feeling maybe why, maybe. Anyways, and then my 4th bestseller were my smeeskis, but actually I only sold 1 smeeski for $25, and then I sold 2 hats. Oh, I sold 3 hats actually. One of it was purchased with the smeeski, but I sold like 2 other hats like separately. There was just someone that wanted a hat for one of their like TXT. She brought like one of their plushies, and she was trying on the hats, and she ended up buying them. I sold the hats individually for $8 because I realized that like, or not realized, I remembered that like I was selling with the hats for $5 because I put some of the hat price into the smeeski price, but then if you buy the hat by itself, then $5 is kind of really cheap for them. So I was selling them individually for $8, and yeah, like 2 people just bought the hats separately. I think one of them bought it for like the cat, like they bought my cat plushie, and then they were like putting the hat on the cat plushie, and they were like, oh, it's cute, so they bought the hat too. Yeah, I don't know if there's a market for this. This is maybe the 4th time that's happened where someone bought the hat like for like other purposes than the smeeskis. So I don't know if there's like a demand for small hats for plushies. Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, yeah, that was my top 4, and everything else is just like one-off items, but it added up to a total of oh shoot, I should have done this, hold on. So my gross sale was $718. Table fee was $47.5 because I split it with my friend. So it was originally, was that $95? And then the square fee was $13.35, so it came out to a net of $657.15. So for a one-day event, I feel like it was really good. I've done better at other one-day events for sure, but like I feel like I really cannot complain about this profit. I feel like I would definitely go back if I can. It's a bit competitive. They're doing a lottery based system, so like, you know, they just like, it's like randomized, like whoever applies, like, oh shoot, it's randomized, like who gets in. So I didn't get in, but my friend was super nice about sharing the table with me. And I think if one of us gets into the fall event, oh, I guess we'll apply together, right? It was like we applied separately, and then I'm sharing their table. But I think we will share again for the fall one, or like for next year maybe. So I would definitely go back. I feel like anything above like $400-500 of profit for a one-day event is pretty good for me, especially because the table fee is so low. Like I've done events where my table fee is like $100 to $200, no, I think $100 to $150 a day, which is quite a bit higher because, you know, I gotta sell enough plushies to make back the table first. And it's like, you know, I've done like events where like those one-day events where I had to bring my own table, my own tent, and it's like a lot of overhead. But this event, it's super chill, a quick drive from my place, free parking, chair. The chair was super comfortable, which is surprisingly a really big bonus. If you've sat in those really bad plastic chairs for like 8+ hours, you'll know. But the chair was super comfortable, and the desk was provided and everything. So it was just like I kind of show up with my goods and I just put it out on the table and I sell them. So I say it was a very good event. So shout out to the organizers. And yeah, it was fun. I completely forgot to mention, but I think one of the reasons, or one of the reasons why I feel like some of the stuff that usually sell well for me didn't sell well, might have been because there were like 2.5 other crochet vendors there, and 2 of them also sell chickens. Usually chickens do kind of well for me, but I only saw one of the big chickens, and I feel like that might be why. I'm not really like upset about it or anything. I feel like anyone can sell chickens. It's just an observation that I have. And then usually my Perry sell well, but that one I don't know why, because I don't think anyone else is selling Perrys. Maybe just not a Perry crowd. I don't know, but yeah, I just want to insert this. I also forgot to mention that my Speakscape pattern is now out on Etsy, and it's on sale right now until I think May 5th. So you can grab it for $1.25. I wanted to make it $1, but Etsy didn't let me do such a high discount, so you can grab it for $1.25 if you're interested. As for what's next, I have another market, not next month, but on May 7th, I believe. It's Art Combini, which is that's the name of the market. It's like a first-time market, but it's organized by 2 artists that's like kind of well known in like the Vancouver like convention scene, I guess. At least I see them a lot around, so I'm kind of trusting that like they'll know what they're doing or figuring it out, but like I believe that they will have the artist's best interest in mind, since they also sell events themselves, compared to like some organizers that like kind of are just not just doing it for the money, although some organizers are definitely only doing it for the money. But I feel like I trust them, even though I've never really spoken to them before. But just the fact that they also sell events, I feel like hopefully it's good. And then I'm gonna be in my first stamp rally ever for that next event, but I'll talk about that maybe in another vlog. Yeah, I think I'm gonna do something different next week, depending on some stuff that I'm trying to figure out. It's either gonna be like a 1-year review video that is 2 months late, or like I'm trying to make like a sticker display, like design it myself. I don't think it'll be done soon because I'm only on prototype 1 and it didn't kind of work that well, but we'll see. Or I might do like a tutorial video about how I edit my pictures. It'll be pretty short, but yeah. Or I might do a Steve pattern video. I don't know. I have a lot of ideas, but it might not be a regular vlog unless I feel like rambling more. Anyways, thanks so much for watching. Hope this video was helpful, and bye!